Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And it's Monday morning, which means it's time to talk about this week's Guns N' Roses news. So we've got some news about Dizzy Reed. So according to Pulse of Radio, longtime Guns N' Roses keyboardist Dizzy Reed has revealed that he's a grandfather. Reed posted a photo on Instagram of him and a baby who he's identified as his grandson Riley. And it's not clear when the photo was taken, and the infant is not a newborn, but this is the first time that Reed has publicly acknowledged having a grandchild. So if you guys know anything about Dizzy Reed, he's got 3 kids. He's got a son named Justin, who was born in 1988, 2 daughters, Sky and Shade, who were born in 92 and 96 respectively. And his daughters are from a 20-year marriage to Lisa Reed, which ended in divorce in 2010, while his son's from a previous relationship. He did not indicate which child Riley belonged to. So let's talk about some news that I forgot to talk about the previous week. So Motorhead guitarist Phil Campbell is going to be doing a solo album, and it's going to be featuring appearances by Dee Snider and former Guns N' Roses drummer Matt Sorum. So Matt Sorum is going to do a track, and he was actually going to be doing it, I think, in the last week or so, or they recorded it in the past week. And asked about his solo album, what it's going to sound like, Campbell said, it's not going to be what people expect. I play piano on a few tracks. I don't know, since it's not finished yet, I'm still going to write another 6 songs, but it's not going to be totally like Motorhead. After many years, it's just nice to be able to do what I want to do. I could do what I wanted Motorhead, but we didn't want to stray too far away. We put a saxophone in when we wanted, and a piano and acoustics. Currently, Campbell's actually playing shows with Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, which features Phil alongside his 3 sons, Todd, Dane, as well as Tyler. And they actually recently inked a worldwide deal with Nuclear Blast. So in celebration of the signing announcement, the band has put together exclusive digital-only live EP, Live at Solothurn, which is available via download on all streaming platforms. And then we've got a new trailer released for Jumanji, the Rock's big movie coming out soon, and featured in the actual trailer is Welcome to the Jungle. You know, it's amazing with the reunion now happening, or the partial reunion, you're going to see tons of Guns N' Roses songs being licensed in movies, which we already have seen. And I'll tell you what, these guys make a ton of money off of owning their own publishing. Like, they probably make more just from this deal than probably a lot of people watching this do in 1 year, which says a lot about being a good songwriter and being a smart business person. Let's go into our next piece of news. So we've got some other Guns N' Roses news. So Richard Fortus, as you guys know, has been like the only Guns N' Roses member who's really been doing interviews, and I guess Melissa Reese has done a couple as well. So he recently gave German Thomann a tour, I hope I said that right, Thomann, a tour of his gear before the concert that Guns did in Germany. And you can actually watch the footage of Richard's gear tour. So he said in a recent interview that the reunited Guns N' Roses has begun assembling ideas for a new studio album. And as you guys may not know, Fortus joined Guns N' Roses in 2001, became the longest-serving post/guitarist. And you guys may not know this, but Richard Fortus, before he actually joined Guns N' Roses, was actually touring with Enrique Iglesias. Now, he's talked about Guns N' Roses working on a possible new album at the Stage Left podcast that he was at a couple weeks ago. So he said, we haven't recorded anything yet. I mean, when I say that, as far as in the studio doing an album, we've been recording a lot of stuff, just ideas, sort of assembling ideas, but not quite going into the studio and actually tracking a record. He was also asked if he thinks a new GNR album will happen. He said, yeah, I do. It's sort of too good not to happen. That's how I feel about it. The band is really a force right now, and I definitely hope that we do, and I think we're all sort of counting on it, and we're planning on it as well. He also praised Axl Rose, saying that the genius of Axl is his ability to assemble songs from different parts and make them feel cohesive as a song, and I've never seen anybody be able to do that in the same way. The other thing I should let you guys know that this week, Guns N' Roses Radio is going to be kicking off on Sirius XM, so you guys can enjoy almost a week of Guns N' Roses Radio featuring, you know, all their songs, live performances, and supposedly rare tracks as well. So as that gets launched this week, guys, I'm going to give you a recap and some initial thoughts on how the actual radio station is and whether it's worth listening to and whether you're missing anything if you're not a SiriusXM subscriber. So Guns N' Roses, as you guys know, played Prague as part of this Europe tour they've been on, and one piece of news that may have slipped under the cracks or through the cracks was that Duff McKagan actually performed on stage with the Cult in Prague. So they were playing the Roxy in Prague, and Duff got on stage, and the only song I've seen that they actually played was Love Removal Machine, which is the only reason I know that song is because it was on Guitar Hero World Tour. So I've linked to the video if you guys want to see the snippet of Duff on stage with the Cult. And then you guys may be wondering what's up with Steven Adler. Well, there was a new video of him that circulated online this week. At least I think it's new. This is just a video of him playing Knocking on Heaven's Door. You know, with the gig at the Apollo coming up, I think there's a good chance that Steven could show up. In regards to Izzy, you know, from whatever I've heard, there's no chance in hell that Izzy's going to show up to that Apollo gig that Guns are going to be playing in New York City. But we'll wait and see, guys, and I'll give you a full recap of that gig. And then we've also got some just random photos of Guns N' Roses on their tour in Europe. So this is a photo of Duff at the airport in Paris, and then this is also some social media posts by Guns N' Roses, with it being the 4th of July. So I don't know if I did wish you guys, if you're from the States, happy Independence Day. So they just tweeted out a little message to fans. Then we've also got some social media posts from probably one of the more active social media members of Guns N' Roses, which is Melissa Reese. So just some photos of her in Paris taking in the sights. That basically does it for this week's Guns N' Roses news, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know your comments down below. And be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the contents of that video. And be sure to subscribe if you love Guns N' Roses as much as me. And you guys can go follow me on social media. The links to my social media channels are down below as well. Take care.